with a slideshow scan, promising floods and fires, the end of the land. Polar bears drowning, cities under the sea. But here we are, dry as a bone, sipping sweet tea. John Kerry jet setting around the world in his plane, spewing more hot air than a summer hurricane. Ice caps melting, Manhattan underwater by now. What a joke, you lying old cow. None of it happened, not a damn thing they said. Just fear-mongering fools with holes in their head. It's the global warming hoax, climate change con, whatever they're calling it now, it's all wrong. A big fat lie for money and power, you see, sucking our wallets dry, stealing our liberty. From ozone holes to ice ages coming soon. Acid rain melting our faces by noon. Overpopulation starving us all to death. Peak oil running out, taking our last breath. It's all bullcrap, a coat for the left-wing sheep. Religion of fear, but we ain't losing sleep. Remember the ozone hole, gonna fry us alive. Banning hairspray, what a load of jive. Then the coming ice age, freezing us in our tracks. Scientists screaming, but it was all hacks. As it rained, eating statues, killing the trees. But look around now, everything's fine, geez. Starvation from too many mouths to feed. Overpopulation panic, what a dumb creed. DDT killing birds, mass extinction doom. Pesticides wiping out life in the gloom. Oceans dying, dead as Lake Erie, they cried. Fish floating belly up, no place to hide. Y2K bug gonna crash the whole show. Planes falling, banks busting, chaos below. But nothing happens, zip, zero, zilch, nada. Just grifters grabbing grants, living like Rogers. All about control, taxing your every breath. Power hungry elites dancing with death. Now it's climate disruption, fancy new name. Same old scam, playing the blame game. Electric cars forced down your throat. Solar panels rusting, windmills a joke. They tax your cow farts, your truck's diesel roar. While they fly private jets, hypocrites to the core. Leftist religion, kneeling at the green altar. Cult of doom, but we won't falter. Predictions flopping like a fish on the dock. But they keep on preaching, tick-tock, tick-tock. It's the global warming hoax, climate change con, whatever they're calling it now, it's all wrong. A big fat lie for money and power, you see, edge of your climate code where the sun don't shine.
Yeah, this one's for the red, white, and blue. And the man who fights for it. No apologetic patriotism, packed with vivid imagery of trucks, beer, guns, women, and living free. Production is loud, polish it wrong, polish it wrong, polish it wrong. When a melody fights for no apologies, a straight fire, let's roll. Woke up this morning feeling damn proud, star stripes and waving, crowd screaming loud. Donald's back in the game, making America great. Tax cuts flowing, putting money on my plate. Unemployment low, jobs for every man, black, white, Hispanic, you in the land. Supreme Court locked with justice is true, overturning the mess that the left tried to brew. Border wall strong, illegals turning back, no more free rides on the taxpayers' back. Hell yeah, Trump, patriot fire in your veins, fighting for freedom through the pouring rain. No backing down, no sorry ass plea. America first, that's the way it should be. From the heartland to the sea, we stand tall with Donald leading, we won't ever fall. Patriots rise, let the eagles fly high. This is our country under God's blue sky. Energy booming, oil rigs pumping hard. Independent now, no more begging in the yard. Abraham Accords, peace in the Middle East. While haters cry foul, he's slaying the beast. Warp speed vaccine, saving lives in a flash. Criminal justice reform, cutting through the trash. Veterans get choice, no more waiting in line. Trade deals with nigga cheating, making China wine. Regulation blast, saving billions quick. Economy rolling like a monster truck kick. Hell yeah, Trump, patriot fire in your veins. Fighting for freedom through the pouring rain. No backing down, no sorry ass plea. America first, that's the way it should be. From the heartland to the sea, we stand tall with Donald leading, we won't ever fall. Patriots rise, let the eagles fly high. This is our country under God's blue sky. But look at the fools trying to tear it apart. Socialist snakes with a black-hearted start. 10 pine, 10 walls with a joke of a guard. Putting pads in boys' rooms, man, that's low. Instead of the rise, let the cities burn bright. Now begging for peace when it's out of sight. Somali fraud in Minnesota, stealing the vote. Election scams running, choking our throat. Illegals pouring in, fraud on the rise. While real Americans open their eyes. Are these ICE protests? Stupid as hell. Anti-American trash, ringing the bell, blocking the streets, assaulting the law. Socialist puppets with a economy flaw. Blow up dinosaurs, guitar strumming clowns, Portland frog hopping, turning smiles to frowns. They hate our borders, want chaos to reign. Funded by Soros, driving us insane. Tampa Tim and his crew, inciting the fight. Now crying uncle when the flames burn bright. Somali schemes, voting dead from the grave. But Trump's coming back to clean up the rave. No apologies here, we're calling it straight. These riots are garbage, sealing the fate. Hell yeah, Trump, patriot fire in your veins. Fighting for freedom through the pouring rain. No backing down, no sorry ass plea. America first, that's the way it should be. From the heartland to the sea, we stand tall. Donald leading, we won't ever fall. Patriots rise, let the eagles fly high. This is our country under God's blue sky. Amen. Space Force launch. Stars in our grass, religious freedom, no more liberal class. Drug prices dropping, saving folks from the pain. I boom and putting us ahead in the game. Tariffs hitting hard, bringing jobs back home. No more selling out to the globalist dome. Government efficiency, cutting the fat, dosing initiative. Yeah, we like that. Pardons for the brave, January 6th crew. Fighting for truth, what the hell would you do? Back to the protests, with a pathetic parade. Anti-law lunatics getting paid to invade. Throwing bottles at agents, obstructing the way. Comparing the floor just to lead us astray. Traffic jammed up, threats in the air. Widespread madness, do they even care? Tampa Tim hiding, calling off the dogs now after fanning the flames. Like a sacred cow, Somali fraud queen. Twisting the rules, but patriots know when nobody's fools. Just a cow restricts, make us cow her. Mighty's in niggas guts, risking one of them. Don't silly for me, the song sounded countertanic. Figures it gets, pathetic, so panic. Hell yeah, Trump, patriot fire in your veins. Fighting for freedom through the pouring rain. No backing down, no sorry ass plea. America first, that's the way it should be. From the heartland to the sea, we stand tall. We're Donald leading, we won't ever fall. Patriots rise, let the eagles fly high. This is our country under God's blue sky. Yeah, that sound like you. Drugs rub. Regis, net. Back in there.
All right, guys, there you go. Couple of songs there for you. We are here. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth. We're basically here. My throat's about half here. It needs the break, and it's going to get it this weekend or this week. All right, so I'm on early because I'm going off way early. I'm going to be on about 30-40 minutes. We're going to talk about the news of the day and this big storm that's sweeping across the country over the weekend, and also a little hint of another big storm next weekend as well. So there you go. Hey, Victor, what's up? Yeah, hit that subscribe. I appreciate it. Hey, Heath, I just got a call from my handyman on the mountain up in Blairsville, Georgia. He says, quote, "Get what you need before you get to the mountains, comma, stores sold out of everything." So there you go. Yeah, we're coming up for the ice storm. We will be leaving tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. I'm getting up at 2:45 in the morning. That's why I'm going to be letting you guys go here before long. I've got about an hour and a half left of things to finish up, and then in the morning it will just be get up and walk out the door. Yeah, there's going to be a major snowstorm come across, and we're going to talk about that first here in just a second. But as a programming note, and also to keep you up to date on what's going on, the reason the studio looks different is it's not turned on. All I have on is just the 5 of the computers, and that whole side of the studio is already shut down for the trip. I do leave 4 of the thin clients on, plus I leave the Linux supercomputer on, and I leave this computer on that we're on right now, which is my Windows supercomputer. All that's going to stay on, and I can dial into each of those from up there, so I can drive coverage from up there. It's hard to be as responsive on one screen, and I make a lot of mistakes, and it takes longer to do things, but I can still get broadcasts on the air. So I'm going to be doing some of that. I'm also going to be broadcasting some from up there as well. I'm working on, I pay for a Zoom account, so I think I can zoom into my computer here and then use that to put my picture up on the grid, and use that so that I can talk to you guys over the mic. I'm not sure how that's going to work, and that's one of the tests that I'm going to do this week. And I love it. We're already starting to get the impeachment people in here. Keep it up. You know, let me tell you something. Impeach. Let me tell you something. Good luck. I'm serious. Good luck. I'm serious. There's no way in hell that it's going to happen. It can't happen. Here's the thing. I read through it last night. I went through the entire process last night, and I gave odds as to each step of the process for the Democrats. And I will tell you, there is absolutely zero chance of an impeachment. If they were to get a committee decision, which they won't get from the Judicial Committee, then they would need a consensus of 60%. I'm sorry, no, 50%. 50% plus 1 of the Congress, which they don't have. And then it would go to the Senate for a Senate Judiciary proceeding. And from there, they would need 66.6% of the vote. 2/3 to get an impeachment. Where are you going to get that? You can't even get all your Democrats to vote the same way. You would need all the Democrats, and I don't know, what, 30 Republicans? Good luck. Have fun with that one. This whole impeach thing. And let me tell you, the next midterms, you know, with the remandering of all the districts and everything, and I think we're going to see a lot more of what Trump has done here coming to fruition. And once all that happens, I think we're going to do fine in the midterms. And as long as we keep the House and the Senate in the midterms, the country will continue down on the right track that it's on right now. We're doing great right now. We have arrested it. I mean, if you think about it, as a country, Donald Trump has arrested inflation. It's arrested. It's literally below nominal rates right now. Okay? You got to stop it before you can reverse it. He has stopped it. He's now working on reversing it. Gas is still getting cheaper, over $1 cheaper than when Biden was in office. It's $2.60 cheaper than the highest point during Biden's presidency. He started doing a bunch of shit right near the end there to bring it down to try to soften the blow, but it didn't work. Yep, don't forget to vote, vote, vote. Yep, thanks everybody for being here. And by the way, like I said, this is a early show. I can't even go to the full screen because half the cameras are already hooked up, already taken out. This is the little case that I keep the two OBS bot. I'm showing the OBS bot camera to the other OBS bot camera. But anyway, these are great little cameras, and I found this little hard box, and I don't need it, so I put this in there, and the other one goes there, and these work really well. They're OBS bot, they're pan tilt zoom, and they also have 4K, and they also have high def sound, digital sound. So there's a lot of really cool things about these cameras. They were about $150 a piece. Yeah, 206 in Houston. Yeah, we're like 236 or something here. It doesn't flow like it does over there here because we don't have our own offshore drilling, which if it was up to me, we would drill everywhere. Drill, baby, drill. All right, so the storm, there's nothing to see yet. You're looking at a live view of Radar Omega, and there's really nothing to see. This right here is this is that system that's sitting right over here. It's a cutoff low is what it is, and it's sitting here. And the jet stream has left it behind. But it is going to move up this way over the next 3 days, and that's what's going to cause this with the jet stream pushing down, and we're going to have a focal point here. Where's the ice going to be the worst? It's going to be right in here. That's going to be the worst, with a secondary area along the eastern side of the Appalachian Mountains. The Smokies up there where my cabin is. So let's zoom this in just a little bit so we can take a look at what we're looking at here. As this system, hey Mom Kitty, you gonna say hi to everybody? They're gonna miss you for a week, just like I'm gonna miss you for a week. I miss my cats so bad on vacation. I mean, I don't want to sound like a beta male or anything, but I do. I miss my cats something fierce when I'm on vacation. All right, so what we got is we've got this. We got this system that's coming down here, and it's going to create an icy situation for this whole area here. I mean, pretty much that whole area there can see ice. And I think you heard me earlier, Heath, but we're getting reports that up by my cabin in the mountains, all the stores are empty. The canned goods are all gone. The firewood, the fuel, all that kind of stuff is gone. So we're going to be stopping somewhere tomorrow during the day, like in South Georgia, somewhere where the storm's not going to hit. And we're going to go ahead and buy 5 days worth of groceries and squeeze them in the car, and maybe a bundle or two of firewood if I can find it. All right, so that's what we got going on. Now, the snow, there is going to be snow, but the snow is mostly like this area here. We're talking about, you know, it's going to be switchable from ice to snow. Hey, Brooke, thanks for joining the ship, and welcome aboard. All right, so there's nothing really to see yet, but this is the beginnings of it over here. And this will begin to slide over this way here tomorrow. Now, what's the timeline looking like? Well, the timeline is something like this. Um, this area here is Friday, okay, and then this area here pretty much is Saturday, and then this area here is Sunday, and then this moves up the East Coast. By Monday, it's hitting New York. So Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be a rain, sleet, snow event. Hail, whatever. Rain, sleet, snow, and freezing rain are the four things. There is a sleet risk, and the sleet risk is right through here as well. So it's all right in the same area. That's your sleet risk. So there is going to be some of that. My mom's never seen sleet. I've only seen it a couple times in my life. Really cool. It's like little bouncing BBs everywhere, and really, really be cool. So I'm hoping to see that maybe. Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, they're trying to stock the shelves. They knew this was coming for days, so the stores are working. Walmart's got one hell of a distribution system. And so does a lot of the other stores as well. So they're keeping things going. But our handyman said he went to the Walmart there in Blairsville this morning, and he said they were out of anything you would need during one of these things. Anything you might need in one of these things was out. And so, well, yeah, we're gonna be in before it even starts, and we will not be leaving until it's long over. So we're going to have everything we need up at our cabin. Yeah, Victor, we will. Sunday morning we will have icy roads. We're going to have a freezing rain event overnight, and yeah, it's going to be a mess. And it's going to be one of those ones where one side of the mountain gets a half an inch of ice, and the other side of the mountain gets none. The good news is, I think areas that get 3/4 of an inch to a full inch are going to actually be over on the other side. They're going to be over towards Oklahoma and all that. All right, so let me get this pulled up over here so I can show you guys the graphics. Here we go. All right, stand by. Let me just get this set up here. My air conditioner is making a weird noise that a lot of times means the bearings are going out. So I'm a little concerned that Mama will not be in here while I'm gone. She'll have to just brave it outside. I don't leave her in here when I go out and leave town. There's two that stay inside in there, and they get checked on twice a day. And we leave the TV on for them. But she won't. She normally lives in here, but she won't while I'm out of town. Especially with this air conditioner making a weird noise. All right, so here we go. This is the situation right now. Now, if you watch where my cabin is, it's right there in North Georgia. We get a lot of ice come through there. It switches back and forth a bunch of different times. And so, yeah, not really sure exactly how much ice we're going to get, but I think we are. I think Heath and I both are going to be up there for one hell of an ice storm. We won't go out at least until Monday. It'll probably be Tuesday. Yeah, we won't have the snow accumulation. Now, later on in the week, there's another storm coming, and that storm promises a couple of inches of snow so far on the early models. So there's some hope for some snow later in the week. I've never seen, and neither has my mom, ever seen a freezing rain event. I mean, I don't mean to sound corny, but my mom was born and raised in Florida. You know, her parents were born and raised in Florida. So it's not something my family did a lot of. We vacationed in the summer. We would leave in the summer and go up to the mountains because it was so damn hot down here. So we never went up north in the winter. We would never even have thought of that. So I didn't see snow till I was 25 years old on a ski trip with the fire department. We stopped on the side of the road so we could make snowballs. There was 3 of us in the van that had never seen snow in our lives. But yeah, it's kind of weird when, you know, a lot of people, they grew up with it, they live with it, they know it. You know, they've opened their door before and seen nothing but snow all the way to the ceiling. To me, 6 inches is the coolest thing since peanut butter. Yeah, I would stay home. If you don't need to go out, I wouldn't go out. It's supposed to be pretty big. Let me go ahead. I do have a couple of other graphics here that might be helpful. I also have Fox Weather up in the upper middle screen so that you guys can, as their maps go by there, you can see them as well. The first one, let's take a look at the snow forecast, okay? Snow forecast is going to be a lot of snow, but they've moved this north just a little bit. And although I'm in an area that's going to get less than an inch, we do still have some snow in this area. But ice is going to be the big thing for the mountains up here. More ice than snow. All right, so areas up around, Kentucky, you're going to get a snow event. This is a snow event for you. And then look at New York, Boston, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia. Major, huge snow event. Up to 24 inches in that area. Everybody gets at least 12. And there's a couple of small spots in there that are 18 to 24. And they're saying this could be on the conservative side. So definitely going to be a big snow event for the Northeast, more so than the South. Now, let's talk about ice. Ice storms are bad because they knock out the power for extended periods of time. And so we got to be real worried about this ice situation. Now, where are we looking at ice? Okay, well, here's the map. Now, anywhere you see white on the map, you're looking at nearly an inch, 0.75 to an inch. And you can see that there is some here in Mississippi. North of Jackson, Mississippi, there's some areas there that have forecasted up to an inch of ice accumulation. That brings down everything, trees, power lines, and everything, and it damages everything. So that's what we're looking at there. Now, over in the mountains, you can see that in the area that I'm at right there in Heath, it's either 0.10 to 0.25, or it's right on the edge. It actually looks, no, we're definitely in the 25 to 50 range. We're in this lighter pink right above Atlanta here. I'm right there, and Heath is right there. We're 1 hour apart, right on the Georgia line right there. And over towards you, Heath, there's actually 50 to 75 nearby. So this could be a big ice event for the North Georgia and the North Carolina mountains. On the Tennessee side of the mountains, not so much, because there's something weird going on here. And where's my telestrator? There's something kind of weird going on right here. The winds normally would come in from the northwest. This storm, because it involves 3 different pressure systems, and because it involves this cutoff low and all these different things, what ends up happening is we end up getting a situation where the winds don't come in from the typical direction. And when this happens, it can create a situation here. Let me use a different color than pink. I don't think pink would be a good color. I'm going to use this hot yellow color. Okay, so basically, cold wind is going to come in like this. Okay, and when that happens, that means the east side of the mountains are going to get the most, because the winds will be coming in this way. So that means the east side of the mountain range, the North Carolina side, if you will, is probably going to get the ice. Notice the ice is all on the east side of the mountains. And that's because, again, I do believe that it's because of the wind coming in like this. It's going to be coming around, and it's going to bring the cooler temperatures in behind, while at the same time we've got warm temperatures surging up here. So this scenario sets up a situation. That's a terrible arrow. It brings up a situation where the east side of the mountains gets it and the west side don't get it as bad. I don't know. Is this the winter that Al Gore warned us about? It's because the warming's causing the cooling. All right, so there you go. That's that. Now let's move on. Let me turn off my Epic Pen. Epic Pen. I use Epic Pen for my telestrator, and it works very, very well. All right, so let's talk power outages, because I mean this is something that's going to probably be an issue. Is power outages, and so I've got a map here. This is going to be power outages for the area, and as you can see again on this map, some of the same areas. Heath, you're in widespread, where I, an hour away, am in likely, but we're both right there in a bad spot. So we could see a lot of people without electricity, and the temperatures that come in behind this thing are cold for a week. It barely gets above freezing at my cabin between this system and the next system. We've got several nights in the mid single digits. One night at 6, one night at 8, I think. And so this is going to be a profound cold, and if the power goes out, it's not, you know, it could be an unpleasant situation. We're going to have plenty of stuff to burn. It'll be like that MASH episode. I'll start burning the furniture if I have to. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is the snow forecast. This is a different one. This is a different model. And you can see this model again showing about the same thing, showing about an inch up through the Georgia mountains. Again, Tennessee, you're kind of a mixed bag. If you're in the northwest part of Tennessee, you could see quite a bit of snow, 8 to 12 inches. If you're in the southeast part of Tennessee, you might not see much of anything at all. So it all just depends on exactly where it comes through and where you're at. But there you go. There's the snow forecast. And then I talked to you a little bit about the temperatures behind this thing. Let's just take a look real quick. This is a little further over than where I'm going to be, but some of you guys are out here. This is the forecast lows. Forecast lows for Sunday through Tuesday. Look at that. So Dallas, 12, 11, 22. So when I say this cold comes in and it lasts, Amarillo, 2, 6, 16. Yeah, I'm sure the liberals always get off. Don the Lemon, what a prick. All right. Hi, Mama. All right, well, I think this is as good a time as any to remind you guys that, because there might be a few liberals out there, we really want to help you here at Starship Adventures. We feel that it's our duty to help to bring normalcy and reality to all humans and provide it at a reasonable price. And so Trump Industries presents the sponsor of this half hour, Trump and All. Trump and All, because you don't have to live like a deranged prick the rest of your life. Try Trump and All. Trump and All, the use of Trump and All can cause spontaneous patriotism and the sudden urge to wave an American flag. And I want to warn you, if you overdose, you'll suddenly create a nuclear family or possibly get off your ass and get a job. So you don't want to do that at all. And have you ever just been so sick, liberals? Have you ever just been so sick that you can't keep food down and You just keep throwing your Trumpanol pills up, featuring the new Trumpanol suppositories, these fast-acting suppositories. You shove them right up your ass, and next thing you know, you're feeling better, man. They're really good. Notice they're shaped like a little bullet. They go right up your butt, and there you go. So when you think life's a pain in the ass, just grab one of these suppositories and take it to yours and see how it works. And hopefully that'll work for you. And let's just say it's not strong enough. I mean, a lot of people say, look, I took Trumpanol, it wasn't strong enough. Featuring the new MAGA Strength Trumpanol, MAGA Strength Trumpanol by the same makers that make Trumpanol, MAGA Strength Trumpanol, fast acting, working twice as fast, waving twice as many flags, loving the country. You'll probably start going to GOP meetings in your town if you take this shit. And you know what? Snort it, you'll actually be a Trumper. And you know what? It's good stuff. There you go. That's Trumpanol, the MAGA Strength Trumpanol, because MAGA Strength Trumpanol is the best. And are you having a hard time sleeping? A lot of people are like, you know what? I'm having a hard time sleeping because I hate Donald Trump and I'm deranged at night. And so there's something we can do for that too. That's Trumpanol, Trump PM, a sleep aid to help you get through the night when you're all deranged and screwed up on the wrong side of the world, and you wake up and you can't figure out why Hamas doesn't love your gay friends, and you wake up and you can't figure out why you love one king and you hate another. If you just can't figure out why I got to go protest, but I'm not sure what I'm doing. If you don't remember where you put your vagina hat after the last protest, Trumpanol PM will help you get some sleep, and that sleep will help clear your head. Trumpanol, Trump PM, because no one should be a really screwed up dingbat with no sleep. Trumpanol PM. And finally, I think it's important, sometimes it just hurts. And so, from the makers of Trumpanol, featuring Trumpanol Butthurt Cream. Trumpanol Butthurt Cream, when reality is a pain in the ass, just apply this there and see how it goes. Use this in conjunction with Trumpanol for the best results. And I love the instructions, very simple instructions. Apply liberally. Butthurt cream. If your butt hurt, it's okay. Just take a couple of extra strength Trumpanols, maybe a suppository or two, and then smear some of this cream on, and you'll be fine. So Trumpanol, buy Trumpanol today wherever psychedelic and normal drugs are sold. Trumpanol, Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, and also Rite Aid. Buy it today. Trumpanol, from the makers of Trumpanol, come an entire line of Trump medications. Hopefully we can cure these deranged pricks before they ruin our world. Trumpanol. It's some amazing shit. For a 20% discount, use the discount code DELIRIOUS. Trumpanol. Because no one should live like a shithead all the time. The image that I use for the Trumpanol, yes, I had a hard time getting it to make an image. So what I did was I told it, make me a picture of Nancy Pelosi pissed off and screaming with blue hair, and it made it. Then I had it put that on a plain white board with the letters. Then I had it make that into a sticker that went on the front of the bottle. Trust me, it was a little bit of a trip to get this to work. But yeah, I got it to work, and I'm going to tell you something. AI, you have no idea where satire is going to go now with AI. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I don't think there's any protest tonight. I looked, I went and looked. Even though I'm only going to be on a short time, I did go look for protest videos, and there's nothing. I'm going to take a peek real quick to see if anybody's come up. I don't see anything. Nope. Um, the one we had in the upper right was actually something going on over in. It was a farmer blockade in Bristol, in the UK, and so I don't know what's going on there now, but it went dark. So, and then I've got this. The two guys also that normally do stuff are both playing games tonight, so I have a funny feeling that that it's not going on tonight. I don't think there's anything going. I don't see anything going on tonight. So I don't see anything out of Portland either. These, a lot of times these people, the paid agitators are out there. Your crazies are out there, but you also have a lot of people that are just, somewhat interested, and they lose interest pretty quick. I mean, that's the bottom line. All right. Yeah, yeah, Audrey, but look where it's at. Look where it's at. It's at 4. It's been as high as 10, 15, 17%. And number two, the unemployment rate doesn't really tell you a whole lot. That tells you the people claiming benefits, not the total number of people that aren't getting any money for their family. So it's a misnomer as well. But it's come down dramatically so far. And I don't know where you say it's expected to keep rising. The economy's doing great right now. Things are going to continue to improve. Everything helps everything else. When one thing does better, the next thing does better, and then the next thing does better, and then the next thing does better. That's how it works. And there's a lot going great right now. Yeah, that's another thing. Look how low the job rate is, considering that they said the tariffs were going to destroy us. They didn't. They said everything Trump was doing was going to destroy us. It didn't. And now, after everything that's going on, after all the negative and all the protests and everything else, unemployment rate's still at a great low number. Yeah, I don't care if college students walk out. In fact, if they're not in class, I think it's good for our country, because they're just being indoctrinated by a bunch of liberal hacks anyway. Yeah, it's a 250th birthday of our country, and we've got socialists in the street wanting to change our very government. Yeah, so I don't know. Who knows? I don't see anything in here. Nope. Where did that go? All right, the next thing I wanted to show you guys. This is a little bit closer view of the ice forecast. This is the one, if it's going to mess your world up, this is what's going to do it. It's going to be the ice. This is the ice forecast for the southeast. This is Friday through Monday. This is an accumulation of Friday through Monday. And you can see there where you've got right over where you're at, Heath. There's some areas there that are 50 to 75, 0.50 to 0.75 inches of ice buildup. And then the whole area up there, including where I'm at, is 0.25 to 0.50. That's a lot of ice. Also, we're right on the edge of the sleet line. There's a pretty good chance we might get some sleet at some point. Yeah, Audrey, you guys can, you guys can keep spewing all that stuff. It doesn't matter. None of that matters anyway. I don't believe it's true, but even if it were, it doesn't matter anyway. Everybody thought he was going to steal the election. Everybody thought he was going to do this. Everybody thought he was going to. He didn't do anything, all right? He did exactly what you're supposed to do. He turned power over to the next guy. The next guy who turned out to be a disaster that almost ruined our country with an auto pin. All right, an absolute worthless human being that didn't know when to step down, and his wife was running things. And yeah, do not knock my mic off, please. It'll fall right off of there. She's gonna do it. And there goes my glasses. Come on, cat. I gotta keep everything right here for later. None of that was ever going to happen with Pence. Yeah, that's all just leftist propaganda. It's always the same thing with the left. It's always the same thing. He's a Nazi. He's literally Hitler. Do not knock the mic off. Go stand over there, please. Go over there. Yeah, they need to lock up a lot of people. Bill and Hillary both need to be locked up for defying that subpoena, if nothing else. They gave her a pass on that whole server in her bathroom. They were both involved in all kinds of shit. Now we got this Ilhan Omar, senator or congressman from Minnesota, Minneapolis area. And what is she? She's a Somali, and she had to turn in her financials this week, guys. And she went from $51,000 in net worth to somewhere between $6 and $30 million in net worth. And all of their businesses, without showing any actual business, all grew by 20 times, 50 times exponential rates. It's all just, it's just, they don't, it's weird to me how all these foreigners come here and they immediately start abusing our system. Why is it that Somalis get their daycare provided for them, but Americans have to pay for their daycare? Why is that? Why is it that Somalis were even getting money for daycare? Much less, I know that the kids weren't even being watched and the whole thing's complete fraud, but I want to know, why was there a program in the first place so that all Somali children have free daycare? Why does Somali children get free daycare? American children do not. I want to know. I want to know why Somalis get free home health care. You know, why do we provide their free home health care? We don't provide our free home health care. It's just ridiculous. So it's on two levels. Level number one, they're billing for services that never happened. That's bill number one, okay? And they knew about it all the way up to Tampon Tim's office. But the problem number two is, even if it was a completely legit business, even if they did exactly what they said they did, even if they watched all the Somali children they said they were going to watch, why does my child, which I don't have one, but why does my child have to pay for daycare and Somali children get daycare for free? I want to know. What is wrong with us? Yeah, Don the Lemon needs to go down hard. He is such a piece of work. If he made a movie right now, it would be Don Lemon, The Search for Relevance. He literally was like live streaming everything over those 2 or 3 days, and he's ended up screwing the pooch. He went into that church, and he was part of it. He interrupted, and when he goes up there and stands in front of the pulpit and puts the mic up in the guy's face and gets an interview from him, he's just as guilty as everybody else of disrupting that service. Heath, you're driving. That's awesome. Oh, that's amazing, dude. I was so worried about you because you were getting to the point where it was just getting very difficult to see anything. And man, oh my God, eyesight is everything, you know? And so I'm just so glad you got it coming back. I think Elian Omar, after all the negative things that she said, and once we find her guilty of some kind of fraud here, she needs to be deported. We don't need her here at all. I'm hoping Lemon don't get a pass. Don the Lemon. I don't know. Oh, God. I am so tired. By the time I leave on vacation, the first 2 days up there are spent literally recuperating from getting there. Well, nobody was putting their kids in those daycares. That's the, I think that's the bottom line. Do I have a 4X wheel drive? I'm not sure. Yeah, I agree. It's a felony. What's funny is they're looking at charging him with that KKK law. I think it would be funny as hell if Don the Lemon went to jail for a KKK violation law. A law that was written to keep the Ku Klux Klan from marching into black churches. Yeah, and when I get home, I'll be even more worn out. Yeah. Well, sometimes when I go up, I have a lot of stuff planned up there. This time I don't. I got Mom. We're staying at the cabin most of the time. We're going to sit. We're going to relax. I'm going to do a lot of radio. I'm going to do some YouTube. I've got a bunch of new technology I'm going to be working with. We bought this engraver. I'm going to be showing you guys how we're using that also this week. Funny story. Some of you have already heard this. I apologize. We're walking through the Edison Mall, right? Which is the old mall that's been here since just before I was born. And I'm pushing her through, and we both love to just walk through the mall. Just window shop, people looking at people, hanging out. We just like to just walk through the mall. And so we're walking through the mall, and there's this thing in the middle, a kiosk, as you would call it. And they're selling these beautiful laser engraved wood pieces. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. I mean, it's really nice. You could see the faces look beautiful. And I'm looking at the machine. It's there. The lady's putting stuff in it and turning it on and making pictures for people. So I didn't pay attention to the price. I was more interested in how it was being done. You know me. I'm the mechanical, technological guy. So my mom was looking at the prices and I was looking at the technology. So when we left a few minutes later, we started comparing notes. And I said, how much are those wood discs? They're about 12 inches, maybe 10 or 12 inches. And they've got a rough thing around the outside and it's bark, and it's like a center cut from a tree, okay? And so they would take that center cut and they would stick it in there and they would engrave the family picture on it or whatever. That's $135 minimum. $135. My mom says, I want 4 of those. I'm convinced I'm going to buy 4 of those. I said, really? I said, well, let me look up that machine. So I looked up the machine on Amazon. And I showed it to her. I said, look at this. You can buy that machine on Amazon for the same price it costs for you to buy those 4 pieces. She goes, oh my God. I'm like, yeah. And it does glass, it does metal, it does wood, and it even does certain kinds of plastic. Um, Newsome knee pads. uh, I doubt Lemon's a Christian. Um, anyway, all right. So enough of that. Let's. So anyway, that is in the back of my car right now. Believe it or not, that whole thing is in the back of my car. It's huge, and I'm taking it up with me, and we are going to literally spend the week making stuff with this laser engraver. I can't wait. We've got a lot of blanks already that we've been able to come up with, and so we're going to make glasses. We're going to make those original 4 pictures that she wanted, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Here is the snow forecast for the Northeast, and there's a few pockets there of up to 24 inches. A widespread area getting 12 to 18. All right, so there you go. That's what's going on with that. And so if you live up in the Northeast, major snow event coming for you. Let's take a quick peek here at the alerts and the warnings that have gone out. This is currently the winter alerts that have been issued by NOAA Weather. This is the weather advisories are in blue, and watches are in pink, and warnings are in purple. Remember, warnings are the highest, watches are second, and advisories are lowest. All right, so there you go. You can see there that whole area I'm going to is under a winter storm watch. And so there you go. Also, there's an area there in dark purple. Do you see that? There's an area right here in dark purple, and that area is an ice storm warning. They don't issue that one very often, and that's letting you know that an ice storm is imminent for that area, and it's going to involve power outages, travel problems, and all kinds of a mess. Yeah, I like Pam Bondi. I think she could do a lot better, though. I'm not real happy with what's going on. I'd like to see more action. Isn't that ridiculous that they make power cables that won't fit in other things? I was up at my cabin one time in really nasty, shitty weather, and I forgot the universal plug for my computer. And I took a Dremel tool and I routed down an old extension cord to where it worked. Yeah, they're waiting on old Lemonhead to get into prison. Can I post the equipment I bought? What equipment? Fraser, let me know what you're talking about. I'm not sure. I'm going back to see. Yeah, just let me know which equipment, because I bought laptops, I bought ham radios, I bought all kinds of stuff recently. Also got a new internet system I'm using. Oh, the laser thing. Yeah, I can. I'll get that. Hold on. Have they moved the share button yet again? They put it over the top of the picture, but now it's not working. There's no button over the top of the picture anymore to share. So I'm trying to find, I don't see anywhere where you can find the link. And if I get the link out of the top, it's a mile long. All right, let's see if this works. Try that and see if it gets you there. And damn this thing. Oh God, I'm not feeling well tonight. All right, this is what it looks like. This is the one I bought. It's the same one they had in the mall. See, it does acrylic, it does wood, it does metal, it does glass, makes cups, mugs. It's huge though, it's pretty big. It's heavy too. Damn, that thing's heavy. So anyway, that's what I got, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to keep you guys informed. I'll show you the stuff we do with it, and probably we'll make a few videos with it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't care about permits. I don't think there's any permit needed for this one. This one's fully enclosed. You don't even have to wear glasses with it. Yeah, Charlotte, I would love to once I figure it out. Yeah, a cat loves to lick its ass right in front of you. Yeah, I would wait. Let me use it over the week and see how it does, and you can see some of what it does. I mean, $550. You know, after it's delivered and everything, it's there is some tax on there and everything. It's expensive. But if you're going to spend $550 on 4 pieces at the mall, or $500 for 4 pieces at the mall, I would rather just buy the machine. Yes, software is included. Everything you need to get started is included. The hurricane hunters are flying through this storm. It's not something that happens a lot, but they've asked them to fly the Cessna. I'm sorry, the Gulfstream 4. They're flying the Gulfstream 4 all around this storm, and they're dropping dropsons. And a dropson is actually, it looks like a cylinder with a parachute on top. And the dropson will drop down through the atmosphere, and it knows where it is because it's GPS, and it knows where it is because it's falling. It's got a barometric altimeter in it, and it can tell where it is and how high it is and what the barometric pressure is all the way to the ground. It gives you a complete reading. When it gets pretty close, it deploys a chute and it falls into the water or onto a field or whatever. And it's got the NOAA stickers on it, and most people call and give them back. They give you $100 or something if you turn them in. Yeah, there might even be third-party software. I know it comes with all the software that it says you need. Yeah. Custom merch for the channel, we thought about that. I'm eventually going to do memberships, but I've got to find enough reasons, and that might be it. That might be part of it. I'm also building my own API, and I think people might pay me a couple bucks a month for a membership if I give them a free suite of 20 artificial intelligence tools to use directly on my unrestricted API. That would be worth a lot to some people. Yeah, this thing is such a powerful laser. If you buy the really thin balsa wood, it'll actually cut it out for you. It'll laser right through the whole piece of wood. Yeah, I'm going to do merch. We're going to have merch and we're going to do memberships, but it's all in due time. It's all in due time. By the time I get to the silver plaque, I plan to have merch going and I plan to have memberships going. But I won't do it until I won't do the merch until I feel like I'm at the point and I feel like I'm almost there. And I don't want to do the memberships until I feel like I have a lot to offer, and I'm certainly not there yet. I'm not going to just come out with some little 20-minute video every week to try to make that worth your while to give me money every month. I'm not doing that. It needs to be more than that. Yeah, I'll probably do a short video every week just for my private members or whatever, but I'm really looking more about providing services and things and giving you access to things and early access to things and stuff like that. Yeah, they charge a lot for these engravings, and the machine, I bought the machine. Like I said, I'm not screwing around anymore. Yeah, I'm literally going to build my own API here, and I'm going to be able to I'll be able to run my own server out of here, and then I can give you access to it, and you can do all your AI tasks and everything, and it would be there would be no tracking, and there would be no restrictions. Hey, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, Fraser. I appreciate it. I will put that to good use. Yep, it's going to be a fun trip. We leave in the morning at 4 a.m. I get up at 2:45. That's why I'm going to be signing off here in just a minute, guys. I really need to get going. No, I think I do have more to offer, and I do. I just want it to happen organically. I don't want to push it. I'm at 27,000. I'd like to get up closer to 50, and then kick in the next level of things. I've set a goal to get that silver plaque by the end of the year. It's going to be very difficult, but I want it, and I'm working hard for it. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, the AI is amazing, and trust me, you guys are using like Copilot or all these different ones right now. One of the chats or the GG, one of those. Here's the problem: they all got like 50 million restrictions on them. When you get one that's running on your buddy's API and it has no restrictions, and I'm not talking about making pornography. I don't know why anybody would even think about that, but that's the first place everybody goes. I don't care what you do with it. But when you put restrictions on there, the first thing that does, it drives people nuts, because every time you want to do something, you have to find a workaround. You have to figure out a way to do it. Even without my restrictions, I still had to do a workaround to get these pill bottles to look like I wanted them to look. All right, well, thank you, Fraser. I do appreciate it. And yeah, hit the like and subscribe, guys, and hit the notification bell. This coming week, starting tomorrow night, I will be up in the mountains. I'm going to try to come on each night at 9 o'clock for a little while and say hi to everybody, go through the news. But it's not going to be I'm going to try to dial into home and all that, but I don't know if I can do all that. So we're going to try. And Yeah, Jason, I'm a Christian, but I don't get into religion like that. Let's see here. So I don't really understand or know a lot of the different things about religion. I spend a lot of my life and a lot of my time studying a lot of different things, and I'm sorry to say religion isn't one of them. All right, let's see. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I've got a lot to do tonight before I can even lay down and go to bed, and then I got to get up in like 4 hours. So it's gonna suck, but that's what I have to do if I want to get up there. And I want to get up there early enough that if I arrive and something's wrong, I have some daylight and enough time to run to Home Depot before I have to deal with it. So there we go. All right, guys. Anything else? Anybody have anything else out there? Last call for the chat room. I'm watching. All right, guys, from Starship Adventures in North Fort Myers, my name's Ian. This has been the Sights and Sounds of Earth here on Starship Adventures. Stay with us this coming week as I'm on vacation. I'll still be in as much as I can, and then everything returns to normal the following Monday. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you later.
Promising floods and fires, the end of the land. Polar bears drowning, cities under the sea. But here we are, dry as a bone, sipping sweet tea. John Kerry jet setting round the world in his plane, spewing more hot air than a summer hurricane. Ice cap melting Manhattan underwater by now. What a joke, you lying old cow. None of it happened, not a damn thing they said. Just fear-mongering fools with holes in their head. It's a global warming hoax, climate change con, whatever they're calling it now, it's all wrong. A big fat lie for money and power, you see, sucking our wallets dry, stealing our liberty. From ozone holes to ice ages coming soon. Acid rain melting our faces by noon. Overpopulation starving us all to death. Peak oil running out, taking our last breath. It's all bull crap, a cult for the left-wing sheep. Religion of fear, but we ain't losing sleep. Remember the ozone hole gonna fry us alive. Banning hairspray, what a load of jive. Then the coming ice age, freezing us in our tracks. Scientists screaming, but it was all hacks. Acid rain eating statues, killing the trees. But look around now, everything's fine, geez. Starvation from too many mouths to feed. Overpopulation panic, what a dumb creed. DDT killing birds, mass extinction doom. Pesticides wiping out Fish floating belly up, no place to hide. Y2K bug gonna crash the whole show. Planes falling, banks busting, chaos below. But nothing happens, zip, zero, zilch, nada. Just grifters grabbing grants, living like Rogers, all about control, taxing your every breath. Power-hungry elites dancing with death. Now it's climate disruption, fancy new names, same old scam, playing the blame game. Electric cars forced down your throat, solar panels rusting, windmills a joke. They tax your cow farts, your truck's diesel roll, while they fly private jets, hypocrites to the core. Leftist religion kneeling at the green altar, cult of doom, but we won't falter. Predictions flopping like a fish on the dock, but they keep on preaching. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. It's a global warming hoax, climate change con, whatever they're calling it now, it's all wrong. A big fat lie for money and power, you see, sucking our wallets dry, stealing our liberty. From ozone holes to ice ages coming soon. Acid rain melting our faces by noon. Overpopulation starving us all to death. Peak oil running out, taking our last breath. It's all bull crap, a cult for the left-wing sheep. Religion of fear, but we ain't losing sleep. Yeah, keep your carbon credits and your electric dreams. We'll stick to the truth, busting at the seams. The sky ain't falling, chicken little crew. This hoax is over, we're done with you. God bless the real world where facts still win. Y'all can shove your climate cult where the sun don't shine.